All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Live Laugh Limiters. And today we have a special guest all the way from the Bay Area, my guy, Stunthouse Nick.
Yo, what's up?
What it do? What it do? Today's episode, we're going to be talking with Nick about a lot of topics. Some may be controversial, which we can go a little bit deeper into. But let's start off first with Nick. Where are you from, and what do you ride, my dude?
Yo, I'm from the Bay, Cali.
Nice part of the Bay.
A
Nice part of the Bay. I've been there.
Yeah, it's real nice. You know what I'm saying? It's real nice. You know, got a couple white neighbors and everything. I'm from the Bay. I ride 13, 636, and
Barely.
2000. I know it's
Barely.
sad.
Yeah.
It'll be back in like a couple weeks. I just dropped everything off the powder coat. It's about to be ready.
Nice.
And then 16 FXDB.
FXDB, that's a Sportster?
No, it was the late model, baby. You know, it's the man size bike.
All right. So how long you been stunt riding for? Because you kind of popped into the scene out of nowhere.
Actually, next month will be like 3 years since the day I bought the Grom and started learning. I bought the Grom, and then that same day, Holiday took me to the lot, and we started getting it pop in. Got like a good 5 or 10 loops in day one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like a lot of people they didn't like, they kind of just seen you pop up and just killing on the Harley, but you're pretty like new into it.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember coming out to the Bay for the first time and you was killing the Grom, and you were like, yeah, I've only been on this thing for like a couple months.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time when I first started. Like when I first started, those first couple months, like every day for like 3 or 4 months straight, every day by myself in the lot, every day, just get the foot brake, get the balance point.
Yeah.
And then my goal was to get on the 636. Like I wanted circles on the 636. So I just, as soon as I had it down, the foot brake down on the Grom, I learned the handbrake on the Grom, and then I went straight to the 636.
And you had the 636 already, just like
Nah, I bought the 636. I bought an F4i, and I rode it for like a couple days.
This dinosaur.
Dude, nah, dude. Day one, dude. Day one.
That's the end of this episode of the Laugh
is that?
He said controversial.
All right. Like, fuck this old ass.
I bought Holiday's old F4i, and day one, I get to the spot, I'm just feeling it out. It's like after an hour, boom, I scraped it. As soon as I scraped it, I started having electrical problems and shit. I was like, oh, no, this is not it, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I got too much money to be dealing with this shit. I took that baby home.
How much money you got?
Sit on, not after I had the F4i. You start riding a Harley, your money goes down.
Yup, right down.
Stock value goes. So why the fuck would you get a 636 over F4i when you had already enough problems in your life with an F4i?
Man,
that doesn't add up.
It does.
Yeah. How the hell?
He doesn't have a time machine. What is he supposed to do when he needs parts?
Easy.
Go back in time?
There's 1,000 F4is out there because they were made for 7 years.
Yes. No, they're all done. It's it. It's clapped out. They're fucking.
Absolutely not.
You need to get.
There's hella parts, but all the parts are in like 7 OGs guys living.
Yeah. Like nobody's
just hoarding them.
Yeah, they're in Cam's garage.
Oh, you need some heads? Yeah, I got 8 of them, but I might need them later.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them in 2040.
Cam's got a brand new fuel pump. He's not letting
I
go.
do.
I bet he got 8 TPSs.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So Nick, what are your favorite things about both bikes, like riding the Harley and the sport bike? Like,
What is my favorite thing about it?
yeah, about both.
Man, I feel mad free on the bike, right? I feel like I can kind of go anywhere, do kind of anything, and I feel essentially untouchable on the bike. Like I could just do what I want, where I want, when I want, without.
Cause you ain't getting caught. Yeah, you ain't getting caught. You're gonna just keep on moving.
Well, when it comes to like riding both bikes, like what do you like about the Harleys and what do you like about the gear?
And that, man, I love the challenge that the 636 presents me, like in almost all aspects. And then I just love how easy the Dyna is to ride, man. It's just mad easy.
So you definitely say that it's
Easy.
So it's easy, huh?
It's easier on Harley.
You heard it here first, folks. It's easy.
I've been going back and forth with Mr. Gary, and
Oh yeah.
bruh, I get the argument that people say wheeling, the actual wheelie of a sport bike or a 636 is easier, right? Because you could just dump clutch and it wheelies. It gets grip, it wheelies. And the Harleys are not like that. You dump clutch and the wheel spins. Once you get the concept of actually getting the Harley up, everything else is mad easy.
It just takes 3 attempts to be able to clutch up a Harley compared to a sport bike. Because you're either going to loop it or you're just going to keep fucking slamming down on your forks, you know, trying to figure out your wrist position. Whereas a Harley, you got to pretty much open that shit all the way up and then catch it with the brake. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I do want to bring up before I forget, because I did see the comment section, right? And homeboy was like, I want to see somebody stop your Harley. I guess he hasn't been in the game long enough to remember Jason Pullen.
Yeah, I even said that. I
rolled
said that
stoppies on it, and the dude Joey from STL, STL Shockers, I mean, they're not really around. He was rolling stoppies on his Harley too. So I mean,
if the bike's set up for it, then it'll get done, right?
Yeah,
because Pullen has the 954 front end on his Sporty. And that's why he was able. I mean, I'm not saying that's why he was able to, but that's, you know, a little bit easier to be able to do because the Harley front ends are like sponges. They just absorb everything, you know. Whereas like you put Siffer springs on a 954 929. I mean, it can take the abuse on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, your seals will blow out.
100%.
The rake is way different on the Harleys too, right? On the sport bikes,
right.
The angle of your forks is more direct towards the ground, and on the Harleys, it's more open. It's an obtuse angle, so there's hella more weight. The suspension is mad soft, and the angle is crazy open in comparison. So the bike is just not accommodating, right? Like, how come Harleys don't stop you? Well, because they can't, right? Like, it would be like comparing racing a Prius to like a Corvette. Like, of course, the Prius is going to be harder to race than the Corvette because it's not a race car. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
the dynamics of it are just like completely different.
I guess their argument for why the Harley is harder is because more is being done on the sport bikes, but the sport bike accommodates. The sport bike can do those things essentially out of the box, right?
Yeah, for the most part,
Harleys can't. Like,
because I do know that I remember seeing a while back that Pullen was saying like one of the reasons that he doesn't like it is because his frame ends up like cracking and stuff like that.
I mean, it's a lot of weight just on a small
it
front
really is a lot. And if you really look at the frame of a Harley, it's not, you know what I'm saying?
American made. What do you expect?
Yeah.
The whole way the Harleys are set up, dude, is just not for what we're doing with them. You know,
no, 100%.
Not in any sense, they're not designed for it.
They're not.
The sport bikes are designed to be like driven fast, get traction. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
the whole
basically be thrown around.
Yeah, literally.
You know, where a Harley is made to cruise with your old lady.
For real.
Yeah, hit up some biker bars, assless chaps,
or get a sporty and cruise like an old lady. You know? To each their own.
So Nick, tell us about Stunthouse and how that came to be and what motivated you to start that.
Oh yeah, Stunthouse is about to be hopefully something pretty big for the community. We're starting off like designing and creating products that aren't in existence. So we're trying to just fill voids like in our community, in our sport, to try to help progress it. What initiated it was coming from the sport bike scene. You know, ordering parts is just a fucking nightmare, bro. Like, I built that pink bike, dude, and it really opened my eyes to how terrible everything was. Like, the whole system for building a bike, ordering your parts, waiting for parts. Like, you go on the website, it takes, everything says it's in stock, and then you order it, and then they're like 8 to 12 weeks.
Right.
And then even now they're getting to the point to where they're on their website, it says, don't expect any response within 30 days of your original purchase date. So they're basically saying we have 30 days to do whatever we want before we have to even respond to you or send your stuff out. Like, and that to me just blew my mind. And I'm a picky ass consumer, and I was just not feeling it, you know.
So one of your biggest points is going to be customer service.
Yeah, absolutely. Quality over quantity, like in every regard, you know. Like, I think just letting the passion for the sport shine through on the business front, you know, like letting it be known that I'm here because I enjoy it, not to like make a buck.
Yeah. So this is more for them rather than anything to profit for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just talking to Dre about it like a week or two ago, and she was asking like what I wanted to change or try to bring to the game, and all that really comes to my mind when I think about that is just more fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I swear, it's so funny. I'm gonna bring it back to the day I met you. It was at this restaurant it was here in Vegas like 2 years ago, and I remember I didn't stunt Harleys yet, and I remember this guy Tommy talking to a couple of the Harley boys, and he's like, the one thing I don't like about the Harleys is you guys got 3 tricks: hand drags, burnouts, and hand drags. Yeah, right. He didn't even actually give them 3 tricks. It was 2 hand drags.
Yeah, I had to double up on it.
That's fucking facts, though. It's very true.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Yeah, you ride you get to wiggling around and riding with more of the Harley guys, and granted they all bring their own style to the game, but it's all very similar. They're all doing a lot of the same stuff, and I was just thinking like, man, we need to like really broaden the horizons of what's happening out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing like I tell people. It's like, cool, you can get a chicken sandwich from Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
You would bring up a fucking chicken
Hell
sandwich.
yeah, I would.
You would.
Hell yeah. It's still the same shit, just with a different type of seasoning on it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're doing the same essential fucking tricks, because you can go on just about 90% of these guys' Instagrams, so you're going to see the same burnout, wheelie, one-handers throughout their whole fucking page, just different angles and filters.
Yeah, and I'm not hating on it, right? Like, because at the end
I
of
am.
the day,
I am.
I'm going to hate on it, but I'm not going to actively hate on it, because at the end of the day, it's all for fun, right?
Right.
But that's part of what the shit talking
That's what the
is,
comments
right?
say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all for fun, even the shit talking aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of, like we've said it 1,000 times, a lot of people lost that part of the riding is
'Cause everybody wants participation awards.
yeah, everybody wants to just be out there and like look at me. I've seen people like, I don't understand, like I'm doing this and I'm not getting any recognition. Like, dude, probably because you're a dick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or
you're
a
worried
piece of
about
shit.
Yeah, you're worried about getting fucking followers and recognition rather than going out and having fun with these people. Like, like we were just saying, like before even the camera started, when we went out to Chirac, like my biggest thing was we all had fun. Like we went out and we were a good crew and like we had a good time. And it wasn't I wasn't out there like, yo man, did you see me killing it?
Yo, did you get that video? Airdrop it real quick.
We legit went out.
I think very few of us had much footage from out there because everybody was just vibing.
Yeah, we had such a good time. Like, and that was one of the biggest things for me. I was like, yo, it's been a while since I've been on a big ride and actually was like, yo, I had a really good time. Like, it wasn't even like, I wasn't even like, oh, I was out there trying to kill it and I was really doing it. Like, yeah, like we like whatever, you could do that. But it's like when you're out there and you're vibing with everybody and like, dude, that's what sets the tone. Like, that's for me. It's like when I'm going out to these big rides, that's what I want to see. I don't really care to be like, yo, I can't wait to see, so-and-so do these crazy tricks. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see my homies, man, and just fucking laugh and have a good time. And people forget that.
So with Stunthouse, like what products are you planning on offering with them as far as, through your shop and basically when do you plan on dropping it?
All right, so to double back on it, originally I was building the pink bike and I was dealing with a bunch of shipping issues and inventory issues, and it took
Subframe was fire.
It took me like what?
Subframe was fire.
Oh, dude, that was like that was one of the determining factors, right? It's like, yo, we're really gonna do this shit. And so originally the idea was, we've been working on the handbrake bracket for a year and a half. We made one, I ran it, bent it, redesigned it. But the original idea was to create a store, an actual brick and mortar store, like in a central location in the Bay Area, and make it to where you could come build your bike in a day. Like,
okay.
Want to have, so basically
a one-stop shop.
We're basically our end goal is to have a location that is the Six Shop essentially. Right. Shout out the Six Shop, they're killing it, right? But I'm trying to get away from the internet. I want to be able to build bikes in a day, and so this is where we're headed. Like, I feel like when I was building the pink bike, if at any point in time, one of those parts that I had to wait 8 weeks or 12 weeks for was 3 or 4 hours away, I'd have hopped in the whip,
of course,
drove over there and got it, and expedited the building of my bike. You know what I'm saying? But because nobody has it available, you're stuck waiting. Right. And so that was what initiated in my mind the idea of having a place where I could build this bike in a day. And I think that if you look at where the Bay Area is and you look at a 4-hour radius, there's a lot of people that could come, you know what I'm saying? For parts that they would otherwise have to wait 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, or even like 16 weeks. Right. Yeah. So that was what originated the idea, was the void in the market, the gap in our ability to build fast. And then once we decided that was like a long-term goal, and we were already working on the handbrake bracket and thinking about where we wanted to go there, we collectively decided, my partner Nick and I decided that we wanted to just establish ourselves with our own parts before we just started being some schmucks selling everybody else's parts. You know what I'm saying? And since I was starting to like gain a little notoriety and get a little better on the Dyna, we figured we was just gonna find parts that were just not in existence for what I wanted to do.
Right.
And so we started there. What do we need? What is it missing? You know, is just because there's fucking 15 cage companies and there's 20 of these pegs and there's sliders and there's risers. Like, where's there a void?
Right.
And since I want to do the handbrake brackets, it falls in line with the rest of the back of the bike, so you can actually move around and utilize the handbrake.
Right. Makes sense.
You think it's gonna take off now? Because I know a lot of guys, they have their feelings about handbrakes.
I think if you look back to the more beginning stages of stunt riding and how it transitioned, from 50s to bigger sport bikes back in the day, those fools were doing hella handbrake tricks with no handbrake, right?
Yeah.
It was all gas, no brake, throttle control.
Yeah.
And then back then, those fools were talking shit to the dudes who had homemade handbrake.
Yeah.
And then it slowly transitioned into being like, man, this fool's doing so much. At this point, I almost have to, right? If I want to be
you want to keep
involved
up,
in the
keep up with the times.
And so I think ultimately this direction we're headed, whether it's not something you personally enjoy or are going to want to partake in, I think as a majority is going to evolve, right? People are just going to see the creativity and the fun that it opens up for you, and they're just going to, I'm hoping that they're going to run with it.
I kind of hope so too, man. Like, me and Cam, we always give the Harley guys shit, but, opening up into like new tricks and being able to do more stuff, it's like, that's what you want to see. Like you said, I don't want to see the same 3 tricks. Like, I go down my feed, I'm like, all right, this guy's doing, hand drag. He's doing a burnout. Cool.
See, like the way,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see like, oh shit, this guy's circling. Oh, he's doing combos and circles now. Like,
the way I see it is like, the kids that aren't able to get an education, right? One of those kids could be one of the kids that cure cancer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's cool. All right. So one of these guys may not be hating on a handbrake, but then they get it on and they're their first guy to ever do a shuffle on a fucking Dyna. You know what I'm saying? Or a 360 or a kangaroo or something, whatever the fuck, So they're the only ones holding back their own potential. And a lot of these guys are just comfortable with their hand drags, crazy Larrys, because they're getting big buku dollars from dealerships to do a fucking show. Yep. When it's like, we go to that show, we're done in 2-3 minutes. We're like, all right, where's the beer? Where's the food? Where's the blunt at? Cool. Where it's like,
and that's whack, right?
Yeah.
Like that's whack to me. Like, keep me engaged.
Right.
Dog. There's enough to be done to keep us to do different shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, they're just holding themselves back.
Right.
And then it also falls in line with like viewership. Like if that is one of the reasons you do it, which for me it's not it. I go ride by myself and have a fucking
right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, let's be real. Like, the regular people who don't know anything about stunt riding, they're not gonna give a shit what tools you have on your bike.
Not at all.
You know
not at all. They're
gonna be like, how come 17 of these fools all went out there and did the same thing, and 2 of them were doing all this other shit? Like, how come there was only 2 of them doing all this other stuff in their mind? Why?
Yeah. Why are they only coming in 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th place?
Yeah. Because it's all rigged.
With all these competitions you've been doing, I don't want to say that, it's because of your handbrake, but do you feel like you've been fairly judged with your tricks and stuff at these comps? Because I feel like
I can say
I felt like you killed it.
I was gonna say, I'll say it for him. I don't think it's fairly judged.
I mean, same thing with like Brian 636 when he was in Sturgis doing the brawl. You know what I mean? He didn't even place top 5.
Yeah, stupid.
But that's all fucking because the big name sponsors have to have titled riders for 2nd, 3rd places that are getting paid monthly from whatever buku companies. You see what I'm saying? They have to keep that rapport up. Whereas Brian 636 has over 1 million fucking viewers on YouTube. They would get way more traction and way more audience out to a brawl, you know what I'm saying, wherever the fuck may be.
But other than all street bike stuff, so those guys they can't even
comprehend a high chair or fucking spreader circles on a fucking sporty, whatever the fuck it may be. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, that's kind of a kick in the nuts for somebody that's gone out, crash loop their bikes trying to learn fucking, you know, Ralph Louis circles on a fucking Harley, where it's like, cool, like this guy's been doing crazy Larrys for the last year and a half.
Yeah, let me do
nothing
my
else.
sick rolling burnout.
Right, nothing else
A
is
Harley
fucking
that's
changed.
not going to catch traction.
Right.
Ever.
We should let Nick answer. My bad.
Yeah,
Clearly, we have our feelings about the Harley.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that because I was just in agreement with y'all. You know what I'm saying? What was the question again?
I was saying, what's your experience been like? Because we know how you ride. We seen you get down at the Vegas comp, and we all thought you were going to place at least top 3, but
Right.
that's just us. So I'm just saying, like, in your personal experience, do you feel like you're being fairly judged with the tricks that you bring to the table?
I would say no. I would say no. I would say I feel like there's a few parts of that. You know what I'm saying? There's a few parts of it. One is like politics, obviously, like the shit you were just touching on as far as, you know, notoriety, you know, who's known, who's gonna bring the most, you know, feet through the gates, right?
Yeah. Who's friend? Because you got to remember, these judges are just
Yo, and at the end of the day, like
riders.
that was gonna be my second point. Was I think aside from the handbrake stigma, you know, I feel like there's too much connection between the people running the show and judging the show and the people competing in the shows.
Absolutely.
Almost like conflict of interest, pretty much. Like,
Yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, right, here's the contradicting problem with that is there's only so many big dogs. There's only so many people doing big shit like this for our community. And so with that being said, if there's only so many of these big dogs that are doing the big shit, there's only going to be so many big dogs to participate in facilitating the big shit.
Yeah.
And so if there's only a handful of these guys who can, you know, make something like this happen, and they all work well together, and they can maintain, you know, the end goal and work through problems and make this shit happen. The problem is there's just so few of those guys that when you know, running a company, you do so many different things, and so when there's only so many people that they're working with in an event like this, there's only so many people they can utilize for positions like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I wouldn't say I hold it against them, but I feel like they could definitely be more like universal in how they place judges. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. They should definitely open
should-
the horizons up.
Yeah, they should hire me as a judge.
Nobody's getting placed. Nobody's getting shit.
One of the questions I was gonna ask, I got asked because I posted a thing like asking some questions, and it's actually a good question to ask right now. Is how would you judge? How could you categorize or create a sort of seamless, you know, infusion of judgment into these tricks, and how could it be fair for everybody? Like how is that possible?
The only way I see it happening is have 2 categories. Have handbrake, no handbrake. That's the only way that I see possible, because the non-handbrakes are going to hate because these guys with the handbrakes are doing 20 times more tricks. You see what I'm saying? Whereas, like, let's see, Groms versus a sport bike competition, right? They're going to be 2 different categories, because one, you're going to be way more aggressive on a sport bike compared to a Grom. You're going to bring way more excitement on a sport bike. You're going to be doing a lot more excessive shit on a sport bike compared to a Grom. So that's where I would do it. Instead of running everybody together, why not do 2 separate categories?
The problem, I would agree with that, except for the fact that it's a Harley stunt competition. They're
Right.
not like, you know, it's not
But
like bring your stock Harley to compete.
It's also I feel like also like you know, you get into the categories of like, because we've had these conversations before, you know, stunt riders and freestyle riders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have guys that are stunt riders that will do a couple of tricks, whatever. Then you have freestyle riders who
Right.
can do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to go into, you know, a competition with, you know, Benjamin Bolini or whatever. Like you're not.
No.
That's a freestyle rider.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you would go against like some of the local riders and stuff like that because they're just stunt riders, you know.
And I think that would be a way bigger market for the Brawl if they were to do something like that, because then because think about it, I got a handbrake on my Harley, and I'm seeing that Nick is out there killing it, Simone Bruce out there killing it, Brian 636 out there killing it. Why would I want to go compete when these guys aren't even getting 4th, 5th place why the fuck would I want to go out there and compete when I know I'm not even going to be nowhere near that? Whereas if like, all right, cool, I can just do Crazy Larry's and go come in third fucking place and fuck it, I'm taking that shit. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
And it would be a longer weekend. You would get way more sponsors. You would get a lot more people involved in the community other than just segregating it to, like you said, freestyle and, you know, I want to call it straight lines, basically, because that's what it is. You know what I mean? I would, if I was a brawl, I would give it a trial run. At the next brawl, I would say, look, we're gonna split it up. We're gonna have handbrake and no handbrake, and watch the different reactions of the crowd.
Yeah.
When they see, oh, cool, yeah, I see this is a sixth guy that's done a fucking burnout with his foot down. Fucking dope.
How many times? How many times am I gonna listen to the limiter?
Right,
Dude,
exactly.
I'm sure I'm thinking that, right? Like we're running halfway down a list of 20 guys,
Right.
And I'm like, yo, like out of 2 minutes, I'm seeing, you know,
The same
60
shit.
to 90 seconds of burnouts. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that to me is like, I don't know. I just feel like you're cheating everybody at that point, you know?
Yeah.
And then the reason I disagree about the splitting up, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea at all, because I think any way that we can make it work and or create more awareness around our sport is a win. But they're advertising this as a Harley stunt competition.
Right.
It's a Harley stunt competition. Like, if it's a Harley stunt competition, bring your Harley and stunt it.
Bring the stunts.
Right.
Bring the stunts.
Whatever your tools are to do your stunts is what it is, right?
Yeah.
If you're coming on your Harley to do stunts, that's just what it should be. If that's what it is. And that's just in my mind. Like, if we're at a chili cook-off, right, and I got some crazy tool that you don't have, like,
I got the crock pot.
Bro, like
I got the crock pot. You better let me use this
it's
shit.
a chili cook-off, right? Like, if I'm not putting no secret sauce in my shit that's not allowed. It's everything that anybody could use.
Yeah.
It's just I'm utilizing it and you're not.
Everything's all at the one
But it
market.
could be a beef chili cook-off or a chicken chili cook-off.
Yeah, nah, absolutely.
It could still be a Harley competition. You see what I'm
not gonna
saying?
want no part in that chicken chili cook-off. I can promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Throw me in the beef, baby.
I definitely think they should split the Harley competitions into two, because I think that would definitely bring a bigger audience and not just people that want to come and see Crazy Larry's and burnouts that you do on everybody's Instagram stories that ride Harleys.
Yeah, I think a lot of that would be like bringing in a more diverse like crowd of riders too, right? Like, because you know you can only do so much with what you have.
And a different market.
Yeah.
You know, because then you can have Stunthouse out there selling the brackets that people can actually go out and do what the fuck you're doing.
Start learning it.
Right.
Exactly.
Do you think that maybe once you guys like really take off, maybe Stunthouse will do, you know, a competition or something?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
actually be able to, you know, incorporate the right shit, the right judges.
No Harleys without handbrakes.
Yeah, nah. I feel
Unless
like,
you bring in some real heat,
Yeah.
unless you coming in with some like dope ass foot brake circles.
I mean, at the end of the day, dog, I watched the competition, right? And from my standpoint, Corey won, right? So like,
Right.
It's not like just because this guy's out there with a handbrake doing it. I did 4 or 5 tricks nobody else out there did, like legit. Like in a competition, I feel like that should be substantial.
Yeah,
right?
that should be some
100%,
points.
yeah.
Yeah.
I say that to say it doesn't. The tools to me don't matter. You could be out there doing a couple tricks, bro, but if your steez and your flow is sick, right? Like it don't really matter.
And it's not like you have the tools that nobody else can get.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It's just the time and the process of learning how to use those tools in order to get to that position. You see what I'm saying? Where a lot of guys are just comfortable where they're at with the sponsors they have, with the flow that they have, that they're like, no, I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to fix it if it's not broken type shit.
Do they have style points when they're judging?
Yeah, they have depending on the competition. There's different categories. Like I did the Tahoe shit show, and they have like style, smoke, and control.
Okay.
And then like you do the brawl, and it was like control, stalls, flow, and connection, or like there's like 4 categories. You know, no smokes like that. But
Gotcha.
I was honestly surprised because you know, like when I'm thinking that I start seeing these points, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man,
Taking 10 on all those motherfuckers.
dude, shout out to all the riders. Not to take nothing away from any of them.
Right.
Because, like, that's not, like, I'm not even, and honestly, I don't even care about the competitions, right? Like, I legitimately don't care.
Right.
But I'm the type of dude, like, if I'm gonna do something,
I'm gonna push myself to do
I'm
it.
gonna do it.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
I want to make sure that like it's getting done right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair.
Like, otherwise, what's the point of doing it? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So to answer your question, I would say for sure it's in the future. Like, without a doubt, that's something I want to
Dope.
push. And I would love to collaborate with the guys that are already doing it and have like paved the way for this to start taking place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like I want to just branch off and try to figure it out on my own. Like, I will legitimately
Yeah,
like,
be part of the
absolutely.
community.
And I can be mentored, right? Like, I'm willing to learn. I'm really willing to be taught. I'm willing to be guided and, figure out what worked for them and what didn't work for them. So I really think that is definitely in our future for sure. I want to bring more to our scene. Casey, Mischievous Penguins, right?
Yeah,
You guys,
yeah.
He's been traveling around doing hell shows, and he just went to the East Coasters event. It's just
East Coast.
Coasting,
Yeah.
Bruh, these fools are like rock stars out there.
100%. I love East Coast. That's such a fucking dope shit that they do out there,
They're
bro.
fucking rock stars. These fools are getting we could barely get 1,000 people at a show out here.
Right.
These fools have 3,000 people lined up for autographs, dog.
Yo, in front of a church, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Like,
ridiculous.
that to me is so sick. Like,
Yeah.
I think that is mad dope, and not for the celebrity aspect, for the growth of the community
Right.
and our sport,
Exposure.
and our scene, right? Like, taking it to a new level and like expanding it and letting it grow and letting other people come in and drop what they can into the bucket to help it grow more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of people are shut off and comfortable to where they're at, that they don't want to grow or let anybody else in to try to take their shine away. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, and that's just in all, like just in riding. And
Yeah,
shit.
that's-
there's,
I mean-
there's a lot of guys in the sport bike scene that are just holding on to everything they got.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't
Dun
want.
spots.
Like, we ain't giving them up.
They giving their dun
Yo,
spots.
the OGs are so funny with their gatekeeping, bro, and they act like they don't.
Some of them.
Yeah,
Because
I don't talk to all of them. I
yeah,
don't talk to
because there's a lot where, they are the OGs, and not only will they accept you like where like they'll tell you, hey, like come through, like they'll give you the pointers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these other dudes, they won't say shit.
Oh yeah, I met a few like this guy. You from the gate have always given me mad tips and shown me mad love.
Yeah.
Another dude that from the very beginning of like he even introduced himself to me was Bruce, bro. Like the humbleness of him is mad dope. You know what I'm saying? Like he's willing to help people.
Right.
He doesn't let the fact that he's very well known affect his ability to touch and reach other people who aren't mad popular or have a huge bag of tricks, right? Like, because at the end of the day, that shit's irrelevant. Like, we're all here for the same
100%.
reason.
It is. Yeah, like I say, it's not how good you are on a bike; it's how good you are off the bike.
100%.
Because there's plenty of piece of shit riders that are fucking dope as fuck on the bike, but
Straight up.
just pieces of garbage as soon as they kick their fucking leg off.
I forgot. I seen somebody posting on Instagram. I forgot who it was, and they were saying like, just because you're so and so, like, doesn't mean you have to be a dick.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of dudes that kind of feel like they're like, oh well, I'm so and so. I'm like, first of all,
Do you know how many followers I have, and you want to come talk to me?
like, I don't give a fuck about your followers. I like, you're fucking like, I don't know who you think you are. Like, if you're like a big name and you're watching this shit and like you really go out there and you think like because you're so and so, like that gives you any type of like anything, like
Over on anybody else?
yeah, like no, sorry, Doug. It's if anything, it brings you down as a person.
It
Like,
absolutely does.
I hate that. I don't like that shit. I see it a lot, especially like when people are out. Like they kind of like feel like you should come up to them.
Right.
It's like nah, sorry,
Yo.
you ain't shit.
I noticed the difference in that between the sport bike scene and the Harley scene, like almost immediately. And you might disagree, but I feel like the sport bike scene has so much more ego, bro.
It does, because look how
Yeah.
many people
Well,
there
but-
are in the sport bike scene.
But I feel like you're right. But then I also feel like the Harley guys won't associate with the sport bike guys. They'll be like,
Only if you know them personally.
yeah, you have to know them personally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're like, they won't go up to like a sport bike guy, like a sport bike killer that they don't know, and be like, yo, bro, you kill it.
Right.
They'll be like,
A lot of them won't.
you ride a crotch rocket? Like,
Yeah.
all
Fucking
bro,
Jap crap.
Fucking nice Harley.
Yeah.
Did it come with the rainbow flag? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, dude. Like, shut up.
when I first started going to like the Harleys, like, you know, meets and different events and shit, I noticed that like everybody was hanging out with everybody for the most part. Granted, there's ego everywhere, right? And there's like cliques and all that shit happening in everywhere. But with the Harley scene, I just felt like everybody was mad friendly. The sport bikes, you pull up to a meet and it's like a group over here, a group over here, a group over here. Like with the Harley scene, everybody's mingling with everybody. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of where it originates from. Like in the Harleys, like the whole gay community. They all the whole gay community. Everybody just wants to mingle, you know. So they're used to it. It's kind of
less space. Shit's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. They're sticking to their roots, and you know it's good for you guys.
He's
I like
talking about the Sportsters in the 99 to 05 Dyna guys.
Nah, you got those bagger guys that come in, you know.
I'm excited to wheelie my bagger. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna see out with some rainbow flags.
Hell yeah, you know, good old
Handbrake bracket.
That's what's really gonna set it off.
Yeah.
And Nick, so what's been your you've gotten some positive feedback so far regarding your Stunthouse parts? Like, has Harley riders reached out?
Yeah, I've got quite a few people like that are interested. We haven't put parts on anybody's bike. We're actually about to put some parts on a couple of our first like sponsored riders' bikes. First one actually is gonna be Kellen, which is mad dope. Shout out Kellen. He's about to be like fully laced up with like a full Stunthouse kit. But I mean, I think just people seeing how hard I ride and how I abuse my bike and how it just continues to function and how it provides like overall function for what I'm trying to do, it just is opening people's eyes to like the possibilities, you know what I'm saying? So I've been catching a lot of positive feedback, some hate obviously too, but I think it comes with the territory and I embrace it and enjoy it.
Right. Me too.
Yeah,
I like the hate and the shit talking. I don't take it seriously. I don't take it personally.
Yeah, no, you can't.
What's up with your little saying stunt parts that don't suck? Where'd you come up with that? Where'd that come?
On point. I got bribed by On Point for like $1,300. These guys sold me a subframe that just sucked, man. And it's not just the parts either that I feel like, you know, we're referring to with the stunt parts that don't suck. It's like the overall, you know,
Customer service.
Treat me with respect, like vibe, bro. Like these people just act like they're doing you a favor, and it's like, dog, like
I paid you for this.
yeah, bro. And that's where
You put your price on this. I paid you what the price was. Like,
I expect a quality product.
yeah. And then that's when you can tell what they're doing it for, right? Because it shines through. It's like you can only put up a front for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I slide this seat on, like I didn't even have to mount the seat. I didn't have to mount anything to see that the seat wouldn't fit. Like it would have taken them 8 sequends to figure out that the
Just throw it
subframe
on,
was not even legit before they sent it out to me. And I even had a discount code for my parts, right? And it was like a Beatles 15% discount code. And then they responded to me saying, you can't use the discount code on the subframe because it's such an expensive piece. I'm like, bro, if you're sending me out such an expensive piece and you're not taking 8 seconds to spot check and make sure it's actually right.
And I'm paying full price.
And I'm paying full price for this thing. And I waited like 12 weeks for it or 10 weeks for it. And then I powder coated it and fully built this bike around it only to realize it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then their response to me was, well, we can pay to have someone fix it, or you could send it back and we can send it. Like the way they said it too was that they weren't even going to send me a new one. They were going to like fix the one that I had already. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So I have to take it off, send it to you.
I'm like, bro, I've already fulfilled my end of the agreement, which was to pay you and wait. And I waited and I built this whole bike, and then now it's not working, and you want me to like bend over backwards for you some more? I'm
Right.
like, that to me is, I just wasn't in agreement with it.
Yeah.
So I want to do something. I want better.
All right. Well, now you got your company. So I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Just like we said with Craze, you know, like somebody told him, like, if you think you can do it better, then do it. Then Craze opened up a shop.
And
yeah.
doing it better.
He's
bro.
doing it better. 100%.
shout out to all the people that kind of, you know, put the fire under you guys' ass.
Shout out to the shitty companies that fucking make us start our own.
And shout out to the people who are willing to take some chances and put their money where their mouth is and make
Right.
some fucking moves, because it's not easy, you know.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's not. Especially.
Sleepless nights, long nights, blood, sweat, tears, everything else that goes
And
into
I
it.
talk a lot of shit, so
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be pushing stuff out, like it's gotta be sharp.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, because I'm gonna be the first one on there to look at this shit and be like, I don't know, Nick.
There's a blem right here on the H on the house.
It's not gonna be. I'm not willing. I don't want any kind of mediocrity around me ever. At
Right.
all. I don't want it. You know, part of being a leader is, you know, knowing what you're good at and what you're not good at, and also being open-minded enough to like construct.
So willing to learn.
Yeah,
willing
absolutely.
to learn. Yeah, that's a big one.
Being willing to learn is huge. You know.
Yeah, because if you're not learning, you're never gonna grow.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
So obviously, you know, we had the Harley talk, but what do you like better, Harleys or the street bike? Like, I know there's a big difference. You know, like it's a different vibe.
I mean, all we see you on is the Harley right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, well, my 636 got hit by that car in Chicago last year, and I was just waiting on a few parts. Jaden was just, you know, filling up the parts bin to rebuild the bike, and
I was gonna say, for the people that don't know, what you weren't the one riding.
Right.
Nah, I wasn't on it. We were at Lean Back last year,
Yeah.
and some drunk driver hit Jaden from behind at like 70 or
On
80.
the freeway.
Yeah, we were driving. We were on Lakeshore Drive, and I think the speed limit over there is like 45 or some shit.
Homie was flying.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
mobbing.
he was flying.
And he was faded too. He was faded. So to answer your question, I would say the bike that I enjoy riding the most would be the 636.
Yeah. Okay.
I really love the challenge that it presents. I feel like any trick that I've tried to learn on the Harley so far, it only took me a little bit of time, you know, and I value the challenge that the 636 presents. Like I go to learn a trick, and like you might actually learn the trick, but it's gonna take you like a while to lock it in,
perfect it, throw that
get
style
it
in.
smooth, be able to, you know, work with the road and maintain your position. Like I feel like the 636 is just harder, and I value the challenge. You know?
Okay. That's dope. So yeah, you definitely feeling that.
And I love the fast paced like lot shit too. The 636, I can like pitch it over and just fast,
aggressive
wide
on it.
circles.
Yeah.
And then I could drift on it. You know, like I learned to drift on the 636. So getting on the Harley to drift, you're just like sitting in a lazy boy. It's like it's really effortless in comparison to the 636, and that's what I like.
Well, what's been your worst injury so far in this sport?
I broke a couple ribs a few times. Fractured my heel. Hella road rash. Fractured knuckles. In practice before the brawl, I fell. I sprained my ankle, fractured my knuckle. It's still fractured, and then I got hella road rash and then I bent my whole front end too. That was like the first 5 minutes of practice, dude. And then I still managed to squeeze fourth in.
Nice.
With all beat up.
Nice.
There you go. So that's how you know it's rigged.
Yeah.
So what's up with your verification badge?
Oh man. Well, I talk a lot of shit, right?
You're just like me. Like I saw that shit. You
Yeah.
could buy it for $15. I was like, oh, I'm watching this. I'm watching.
So I bought the badge because I talk a lot of shit, and I was talking to Dre about it, and I'll be clowning. I was clowning her. I was clowning everybody. I clowned Gary, especially Gary. Yeah, she was like, oh, your engagement will go up and all this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just throw this blue check up just to see what happens with, like, primarily the shit talking. You know what I'm saying? And if my engagement goes up too, then fuck it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I shit you not. I did the blue check, bro. Like, the first 2 or 3 days, my engagement went like dropped like crazy.
No shit.
Dude, like, it went down crazy.
Damn.
And, which I really don't give a shit, right?
Right,
Like
right.
it's neither here nor there for me. I just do this shit for fun. But honestly, it was worth the $15, dude. I posted that shit. I'm not even telling you, dog. Hey, I posted that shit in not even 5 seconds. I didn't even know that the badge was up there. And I got message from like, oh, you got a blue badge, do you? Oh, I start catching screenshots. Like, oh my God, why do you have these screenshots?
Yo, motherfuckers be watching.
Dude, the internet does not forget.
Not at all. All the receipts are on there, dog. I'm telling you.
So yeah, the blue check is just a 30-day thing, y'all. Just relax.
He's like that. It was a one-time fee.
Hey, but feel free to shoot the shot, man. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
So you didn't get anything out of it?
Nah, I mean, well, it's only been like 5 days or 6 days or something. It's hella funny. I actually went on there like to try to delete the blue check. Right? I was like, dude, I'm over this shit already, bro. You can't even delete it. Like you can unsubscribe, but you're riding this 30 days out.
You're here. You're here.
You're here for the long haul, bud.
Fucking smoked. So are you going to be trying to compete in all the rest of the brawls that they have?
Yeah.
As far as traveling wise?
I want to try to get in as many as I can because they do an overall point system. Too.
Okay.
So I want to try to get in as many as I can. and really try to. If I'm gonna compete, I might as well like really try to compete. You know?
Right.
And at the same time, I can use the little bit of notoriety that I gained from like my personal riding to like transfer it over to the business to try to help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely does help. It definitely does, because like a lot of people didn't even know that I fucking ride. They thought I was just some dude that's like, oh, I study stunt riding since 2000. No, motherfucker, I've been in this shit.
Yeah.
You know.
That was like, so actually, so yesterday I was with he's like a new rider. He's just getting into stunt riding and stuff like that. I was actually showing him like all the boom videos. I was like, and I told him, I was like, because he's asking me questions. I was like, dude, this is all the stuff we go on we talk about on the podcast. I was like, subscribe to it, like listen through it, like we go into depth with it. And he's like, oh, dope. So like, but one of his first questions were, you know, like he's like, oh, how did you like grow your following and stuff like that? And I was like, dude, like I'm terrible at social media. I was like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like people see like, oh, like I have a okay amount of following, I guess, like, but I'm fucking terrible. Like I don't know. I don't know how to make all these crazy reels and all that stuff. Yeah. Like I literally just post shit, whatever. I'll post a couple memes, but like I told him, I was like, my biggest thing was I was out there. Like I traveled. I went to go see these people. Like a lot of the following and the people that I'm following, I know them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went out there and actually like, you know, showed face, and they're like, oh, this guy's from New York. Like he's, you know, he came all the way here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's how I guess I grew it. You know, I wasn't like,
and it's
you know,
because you weren't trying to grow it.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It's
just
literally. It was
natural.
never. Yeah, it was never a thing where I was like, oh, I gotta get my Instagram up or whatever. Blah. I was like, yo, I want to go out with these people. I want to ride with these people. Like, you know, seeing all these people, like seeing Capone and stuff. Like, always, he was all the way on the West Coast, and I would talk to him, and I was like, yo, like, I want to ride with these people.
Yeah.
You know, I finally got to ride with them. It's like seeing the different styles and like showing face, and he introduced me to, you know, everybody that was there, and you know, you become friends with them, and that's
chopping it up.
Yeah, like yeah, like that's
you
how.
Pull up next to him at that same ride, y'all start vibing a little more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You know, that was like, I think that's the most key way to really grow your following is showing face. Yeah, man. Like
feet to
that's the same shit.
Yeah,
like,
and that's when you're like, yo, I want to go actually get out there. Like that's the respected type of stuff.
That's the same shit like going out to Poland. Like Gigi, I've been following him for 10 fucking years. You know, he's an OG, fucking Street Fighter 954, fucking big guy, killing it. And then fucking I told him, I was like, yo, I'm going out to fucking Poland. He was like, I'm coming to meet you. I was like, oh shit, because it's a 14-hour drive from France to fucking Poland. Yeah. He was like, I'm going out there, and fucking jumped out of his van. First thing he gave me was a fucking baguette. He was like, this is from France, baguette for you.
There you go.
I was like, fuck, that's sick as fuck, dude. Like,
I got to meet him when he came out for ROC.
Yeah.
That was dope. You know, just you know, seeing people from, you know, other countries, even like Pinion and them, and when they came out, when they came out for, you know, the Vegas events, it's like these people, like that's how you make the follow. Like, you know, like I would have, because now even from them, like a lot of the overseas companies and stuff like that, I've seen them, they followed me, and I'm like, oh shit, and it's good content too. Exactly. Like that dude, was it QT or
QT edition?
Yeah, like he's got some dope videos. Like, you know, like I see it, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I like seeing this type of stuff on my feed. You know, and that's it, just by showing face. Like otherwise, I would have probably never really.
It makes a difference. You got
same thing. Like going out there and chilling with like Crew Garage, Dixie Parts, fucking Team Infamous, Killing the Streets, like, and actually meeting the owners of these companies. Like, yo, I've been following you guys for years. I've always wanted to wear an Infamous fucking shirt, have a sticker. Now I got a closet full of this shit. Like, it's a whole different connection, and especially when you actually meet the people and they repost your shit because they're showing you love and you do the same for them. Like, it's one of those things, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type thing, where it's like you don't have to sit there like, yo, repost this for me. Hey, dog, can you do this? Like, no, it's a mutual respect.
It's like those are genuine followers too, like with the engagement stuff, because you can have, because we've seen all those content creator guys, they have 100-something thousand followers, but it's like
an 80-year-old dude that lives at his mom's house.
Yeah, like who are they? Like who really follows you? Because I don't, you don't.
Genuine followers is really where it's
like
that's
it's
what it boils down to too, right? It's you're out, you're actually engaging with these people in person. It makes such a huge difference.
You can get a lot further with 15,000 followers and you know them, rather than 200,000 followers and you don't even know who these people are. You know, they don't care for anything that you're doing. They don't care.
They just want to see posts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like a lot of people don't. They kind of confuse those two. They're like, they just want that number,
right?
And it's like, nah, forget about that number. Like he said,
for the wrong shit.
Yeah, get out there, put, you know what I'm saying, and actually talk to these people. If you have a company and like you're worried about the followers, no, get out there and start doing some shit.
Shake some hands and kiss some babies.
It all falls in line to the same. It just depends on what you're doing it for and what your ultimate goal is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not a bad goal, like, for you to start a company, right? You want to start a company, so you want to have a lot of people following you to, you know, buy your products and stuff like that. Absolutely. But if you're just like, oh, my, you know, I just want to have 100,000 followers that follow me, for what?
Yeah.
You're not selling anything. You're not doing anything special for the community. It's all for yourself. Like, that's cool if that's your goal. If you want to be selfish like that, that's awesome. Yeah. But if you want to bring awareness, education, and products to the community, that's a whole different mindset you have to have in order to engage with all these people, build an organic following, and be trusted throughout the community no matter where you go. Because any of the three of us can go, I want to go to fucking Michigan today. Let me put up a post up and be like, yo, I'm going to be in Michigan this weekend. Does anybody have a bike? Yo, I got a bike. I got a place you can crash at. Yeah. Like, you're good. You know what I'm saying? I've been following you for years. I haven't heard a single bad word about you. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a solid guy. Come on out. Whereas as far as like, yo, I don't know anybody in Michigan, and then you get empty DMs.
Yeah, like, but I have 150,000 followers.
I don't even know who the fuck you are. I just like your videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've heard some weird stories about your ass. Or it's like, that's the difference. Where it's like, cool, you can have a big following and a shitty name, or you can have a small following. You know, there's people with big followings and great names too. But you know what I'm saying? Quality over quantity. You know, a lot of these guys want 100 pennies over 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a different generation. We're all, a little bit older than the newer generation, which clout is a big thing. You know, having 100,000 TikTok followers and getting, a couple $100 from TikTok is, I'm way better than you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's no bullshit. Like, I remember that I bring up that Vegas chat that I'm in, and there's a couple of dudes in there, and they're content creators. Right. Some of these guys have 200, 300,000 followers, and I'm like, dude, first off, like, I'll look on there, I'm like, it's boring content,
right?
I'm like, I don't know who you are. Like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this and blah. I'm like, you're clout chasing to the fullest,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally posting like the most like stupidest shit, and
cringeest shit ever.
Like, I'm watching them. Like, some of these guys will post like interaction with like cops and stuff, and I'm like, dude, like,
should have kept that in the files, bro.
I'm like, like.
But then you got to think it's the same thing that falls back to the starting your own company. You see what I'm saying? If you don't like
change, create it.
Right. Yeah. Because a lot of people are comfortable in their zone that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, these competitions, a lot of these guys are like, cool, we got our handful of 10 guys that we know will always show up. So what do we need to change for? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Well, because if you want to keep drawing a crowd that is as interested in what you're like showcasing, then it has to be evolving. Like, people aren't gonna just come watch the same thing over and over and over. You're just gonna have a person that comes and watches one and never comes again.
Exactly.
Like, I want people to come watch all of these fucking things because each one is gonna be different. Bro. You got the same 15, 17, 20 motherfuckers doing the same fucking 8 tricks for the same fucking 2 minutes. Like, how fucking long are you gonna put up with that? I'm a stunt rider and I love this shit. And
going to the brawl. Like, I'm not there to watch the runs.
I'm here to see the boys.
I'm here to hang out with her. Yo, what's up, bro? How are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna watch, but I'm sitting there like this the whole time. Like, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Half the riders.
Some people don't even know who I am. They're like, who are you? Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, for sure.
Boom was there for that. They're like, that one guy. Who are you? Bitch, who are you, bro? Like,
at the Vegas, bro.
Yeah. He's like, who are you? These guys are riders and judges and stuff. I was like, I'm nobody, bro. I guess. I was like, you ain't gonna say shit to your big ass.
I don't know.
Well, because you also had the camera. So I mean, like, that kind of throws a.
Yes, if you have a camera, you can do anything.
You can get a lot of places.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, with the shirt you got me.
Yeah.
I wore it as a joke to a whole different event, and they let me through. I was like, bro, is that even professionally printed?
It's printed, baby, professional. It says the back of this shirt says "Caution Film Crew."
Sick.
So that way, like, people on rides, like, so I got it for him. So like, you wear it on rides, people are like, oh shit, all right, he's filming.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking great idea.
Dude, I was watching the fucking what's the Tommy Boy actor dude's name? Chris Farley. I was
Yeah.
watching Chris Farley's movie the other night, and he puts on the blue security jacket and security hat, and he like walks in like he's security. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, you play the front. You can get in wherever the fuck you
He
want.
starts checking
Throw,
fools too.
yeah,
Like
you
he's
throw,
actually
throw a
security.
hard hat and a ladder. You could go
Yeah.
you know, anywhere.
I'm here to fix a light bulb, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Are we filming?
Yeah, we've been filming.
Hell yeah.
Every time the camera's off, you guys get all interesting and shit. What size shirts are you guys? Hooligan wants to know, but he's all, don't tell them.
Who?
Hooligan.
XL.
Large. Yeah, large.
Small ass motherfuckers over here.
This full medium.
He wants to wear it to bed as a dress.
Ain't no what, yo.
What are you, 5'4"?
And a half.
I'm like 5'7".
I heard that.
Like 5'7".
That's why you leave the hat.
It's
high
funny.
like this.
Yeah,
Because
a little
Tig
extra.
is literally an inch taller than him, and he'll
No,
be
he's
giving.
not.
He's like,
He's
"Well,
not
shut
an
up,
inch.
short shit."
Tig is not an inch taller than me.
He is.
He's like maybe a quarter of an inch.
Oh my God, he
Maybe.
cried. This dude.
Maybe, all right. Like
That's
we are on the
crazy.
license. It still says 5'7".
On the license, you could put 6'7" on the license. They're still
But
gonna
we're.
print it.
That's what I'm saying is like he's not past. He's not
His
hitting
license
6'8".
probably says like brown hair too, right?
No hair, none. It's a hair, none. That shit is thin, boy.
I'm not far behind you, dog. I'm not far
When you
behind you.
posted the when we were laughing, like some of the homies' hair is gone.
Yeah.
I had like 10 DMs like from. I was
Ivan was
Ivan
like, dude, why
definitely
you guys
one of
talking
them.
about bald guys? I'm like, bro, I never know how sensitive people are until we post. episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even talking. Like, why you?
Why are you messaging
Yo, you
me?
want to know what's crazy?
No, you should have responded as the potato, dog.
You want to know what's crazy? Like, I feel like Boom always gets like
The shit end of the stick.
this. Yeah, because nobody ever says shit to me.
But that's the thing, like, Boom's only fucking 5'4" and 120 pounds. Like Tig and Tommy's size, and he's
Yo,
gonna
hold on.
fucking
I
sleep.
mean,
Poor ass boy.
Yo, first off, y'all motherfuckers need to chill out. Because I am not 5'4". I just want everybody to know
5'3" and a
that.
half.
You can see how high this chair is. We got him on.
I might be sitting on like 2 phone
You got
books, but
2
that's
phone
different,
books under
alright?
this
No, I'm
motherfucker right
very
now.
average height. Fuck y'all.
Very average in China.
And people ask me that too. I get DMs like, how tall is Tommy actually?
No way.
I don't know. I do. I'll send you.
Hey, how good are you
Swear.
on a stunt bike? Very average.
Tommy's still on his tiptoes when he does C-standers to look over the front of the bike.
Yeah,
You know what
yo,
I'm saying?
better,
That's Steve's right there, all right? That's
you better be
Steve's.
answering them DMs like he's average
I
height.
just say I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's like to my knees. I
I'm
don't know.
5'7", baby.
All right, 5'7".
Quarter-inch taller than Tig, so 5'4".
Yeah, quarter inch shorter, whatever.
I know.
But back to you, Nick. What's been your favorite part about this whole just being in the stunt riding scene? Like, what's
Just like meeting all these dope fools. Man, meeting hella dope dudes, traveling hella new cities, new states. The camaraderie, right? The shit talking, the fun. I think it's hella dope that I know motherfuckers in hella states all across the country. I could drive across the country and kind of be anywhere and have somebody within a couple hundred miles that I like know or
Right.
know. You
Fuck
know what I'm
with,
saying? I think that is dope. And that's something that social media like really gave us, right? Opened
Right.
doors for us. But with social media and stunt riding paired together, you can make it like it's just lit, man. You go to some of these rides, there's thousands of motherfuckers from all over the
Right.
place, not even just the country, from other countries. I love the traveling and how it brings everybody together. Yeah, the fun, man. I love the fun.
Where are you going next?
I got San Diego next weekend. I'm going back to San Diego. And then I got Carson City, Nevada's rodeo. And then I got a show in Vacaville at the Harley. And then I got the Brawl in Colorado.
damn?
Nice. So you got a pretty booked up summer then, basically.
Yeah, I'm pretty big. I got a lot going on. I'm definitely going to need to build another dyno. My
Yeah.
bike is,
break.
dog, my bike is fucking screaming at me right now.
And Nick, do you have any sponsors helping you with travel, or is this coming all out?
Yeah, I have Bunking helps me out a lot in a variety of ways. Shout out Darren at Bunking. Plex Audio, they're about to be helping me this season. Shout out.
Plex is solid. I really fuck with Plex. If I ever had a Harley, I'd definitely get one of their systems. I remember when they first started up in Hayward, like They brought me to their old clubhouse. They used to be in a club, and fucking I was checking out their shit, and I was like, man, you guys are actually doing something here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Los is, I don't know the other half of the business. I know Los and the other. I actually am like best friends with one of the guys who like originally had the idea for Plex Audio, and that's how I know Los. And so I bought like one of the very first systems that even came out. And I bought it full price, you know what I'm saying? I didn't accept no discount. Shout out the homies that support the homies.
Actually come out of pocket.
I bought one of the first systems, man. And then like legit like a year or two ago, this guy hits me up out of the blue. And he's like, hey, you still have your system? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, send it to me. And I'm like, all right. I'm not going to ask questions.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I fucking packaged that thing up and sent it to him, bro. He resent me a whole fresh system, just like on super strength. This was before I even was like stunt riding. This was just purely out of
and when you actually come out of pocket and
show the support.
you know these people remember that.
Yeah.
People, you know what I'm saying, and it will get you places like that. Like, hey, you know what? Nick actually came here. He didn't fucking bust my balls to fucking get a discount or whatever. He's seen it. He wanted it. He paid full price. Yeah. Now that we have an upgrade,
here you go.
It
falls in line with doing shit for the right reason.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like being genuine in your pursuit, and not just clout chasing or chasing a dollar, or, whatever the fuck. Like for me, I'm just chasing the next trick, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
I'll go to the lot by myself.
Not the women, the tricks on the bike.
Yeah.
Trick, you get tricks and the other tricks come.
Hey, the Harley world is crazy, bro. Some of the.
Bro, you gotta post that video with that old lady.
Yeah, we seen that baddie you attracted at the lot.
Yeah, she was on me tough too, bro. She's popping her teeth out the whole nine.
Yeah,
I was like, dude. I was like, I got one more run. Hold on.
Yeah. Stay here. Stay right here. Don't move.
I'm just kidding.
We caught Nick in the back of Harley.
I heard the gummy bear for sure.
So what's that been like in the Harley scene off the bike?
It's pretty lit, man. It's pretty lit. A lot of tattooed ladies, saying what's up.
Hell yeah.
Not self-incriminating anything here,
And when I say tattooed ladies, it don't mean they got a vagina. It could be a dude that rides a sporty. It could be
the Harley scene is very connected into the LGBTQ. So
we keep it.
You gotta watch out.
It's very different throughout the Harleys compared to the sport bikes, because like we call Groms like for the kids,
Yeah.
But as far as ladies bikes, I don't think we have sport bike lady bikes except for like 300s.
R7.
You think I love the R7.
Yeah, it's for sure a ladies bike.
I don't know. I think the Duke.
MT,
I think the Duke, the 390 Dukes, and like Ducati.
390s, the 390s are kind of like.
If you're on an R7 and you don't have a vagina, then you shouldn't be on.
Because I totally have an R7 being weight to belt.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you see this guy's car, you would understand.
Oh man, I drive a small car. I ain't trying to compensate for nothing,
It's a Miata, bro.
I don't want to, I'm not here with the Chevy with the big block in. Oh, yeah, the small block, right?
Yeah.
We were like, hey, who's gonna pick up Nick? He was like, if he doesn't have a bag, I can grab him.
Yeah. I was like, I drive a go-kart.
The perfect car for a 5'4" ass dude. I'm just saying.
Sometimes I don't even ride.
Cam gets in, he got to pop the top off.
So Boom was like, I was like, yo, dog. I was like, I really can't pick you up. I was like, I don't think you're gonna fit. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I could probably take the seat out. Like,
take that bitch out. I'm coming.
Yeah, like. Yo, after this, let's see if you can actually. I want to see if you could try to fit. Yeah.
My dad won't fit in my S10. Like facts, that fool will not fit in my S10. It just will not happen. Bro.
So you still haven't sold that? I remember you trying to sell that.
Yeah,
when people were asking you about your build,
bro. The fitment.
Like everybody wants it.
I still get the messages. Like I deleted the posting. Like, how are you finding this shit?
What the fuck?
They screenshot just in case they got the money.
Cause you had just a small. What was it?
It's just the fitment. Like it's set up different. It's got like custom wheel fitment and it's lowered and it's got a different bed on it. It's all custom.
I mean, it was. I've seen it in person. I thought it was
pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a cool build.
Truck.
Yeah,
it's not a stunt. It's not the ideal truck for a traveling stunt right
No, definitely not.
You gonna look into getting a Sprinter van here soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a van. I'm gonna fix the truck. The distributor went out in the truck, and then I gotta a CLS 63. I'm gonna sell that or trade them both for a van.
Yeah.
Because I really want to get to moving around with my bikes. And I'm gonna have the bagger
And merch and everything like that too. Yeah, because you can fit all that in there, sleep in that motherfucker with everything. You know what I mean? That one-stop shop.
Shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's another thing too, right? Is we're gonna start traveling around with merch too,
Right.
not just to hit rides,
Exactly.
but to like showcase
Bring
products.
hand deliver
Yeah.
these products. That's
Dude, I'm more likely to buy if something's in front of my face. It's just what it
100%.
is.
100%. Like, you know, like if I know if I need a handbrake bracket or something, or like you win first, and it's like he had all these tricks, and it's like, you know what? He's got a handbrake bracket right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking buy this shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it stands out more too because of the fact that no one else has all this shit on their bike. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like people, like the crowd will come walk around to like the rider section where all our bikes are chilling, and like a lot of the times the group is gravitating towards
Staring.
my bike. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Staring,
or
like-
like, cause even like with the sport bike stuff, you know, you got a lot of sport bike guys that come and they'll look at the handbrake brackets. They're like, "What is all this?" Or they're like, "Why do you have two levers?"
Right.
And you
Two
explain,
levers a lot.
yeah. Why do you have two clutches?
Yeah.
And you're
Yep.
like, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You explain to them, and people see that because especially like, you know, you get a lot of new riders. Like, you don't realize that a lot of people in those crowds are potential stunt riders that are gonna be.
Future,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, so they're.
It has to get started somewhere, right?
Yeah, and like these guys, like these kids, you know, they're watching it and they're like, "Oh shit!" And then when they go, they look at your bikes. They're like, "Well, you know, when I first started watching, this guy had a handbrake. Like,
Yeah.
I need that."
Exactly.
You know?
In your face.
And that's what I
Yeah.
told Nick, like on the way here. I was like, you know, when you have products sitting at your table, you know, that's set up, displayed up, and everything like that, more people are going to be like, "That's what you have on yours. I want every single thing that you have on your
Yeah.
bike. Cool.
Yeah.
Here's the box."
That's
You know what I'm saying? The
Sure.
one-stop shop.
And that, yeah,
And that's a
That-
big market, you know what I mean, that nobody's really hitting because, like we talked about with Badass, you know, it's different when companies actually go to these events, whether it be Chirac, whether it be an event, whether it be a competition, or just a local show. You know, when people show up and like, yo, this is what you got, and you have a display, like, fuck, man, like, yeah, let me get one of whatever the
hits
fuck you
way
got.
different.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and you can sit there and bullshit with the owner of the company and know that they're not a piece of shit fucking person. Like, yo, that, you know, I feel like I'm actually supporting somebody that's actually doing something for the
Yeah,
community.
or even too, like for instance, like, you know, to go back to like handbrake brackets, you know, you have like different varieties of handbrake
Right.
brackets. So like what caliper, and a lot of people don't know.
Yep.
You know, they don't know what you should run. So now that you're in their face, like this is live customer service. And you can say, hey, listen, like you want this type of style
Right.
because if you want to do this, or you don't like it, do you like a sensitive foot brake, whatever? Yeah, okay, cool. Then you want this 4-piston.
Run a P34 or a mono
you know,
block
like you
if
could,
you want a little bit
you
stiffer.
could kind of point them in the right
I'm
direction.
excited. I'm really excited about that aspect. I feel like that's a huge, like, there's a huge void in our whole community in
Right.
the
Yeah.
industry when it comes to that.
Information.
Bro, I'm ordering a fucking $1,500 subframe and it doesn't come with directions.
Yeah.
All you got to do is tell me which bolt goes where, dog.
Yeah.
Especially
Come on,
you
bro.
send me 2 different bolts of 4. I'm like, which one goes on top? Which
yeah.
one? Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
just
just a
sit there
bag.
and figure it the fuck out. Like,
Dude, it's so
I shouldn't have to do that.
And
you know?
and then two, they're not in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like these fools ain't in the field. Maybe some of them were, but you know things change, and a lot of them are not in the field. And that's another thing is I'm out here, bro. I'm literally out here. Like
Right.
I'm in the lots, I'm in the streets. I'm not either or. I'm fucking out
All around.
Yeah, I'm glad. Glad that you're actually like that, have that mindset, and
Yeah.
you know, like you're actually be excited to actually go out there and
Engage.
show these people. Yeah,
Yeah.
show them like, hey, listen.
I will answer questions. I'll tell you why I feel like this doesn't work or why I feel like this works. You know what I'm saying? And it's
And then hopefully they'll hit you up, be like, yo, I actually found out this worked better for me, but thank you for your feedback. Because
all
like
feedback.
then you can feed that to the next customer.
person.
Like I had one person tell me this, but you know, everybody's different, so blah blah blah. But that's where the education comes in. It's like we always say, reach one, teach one. You know what I'm
exchanging
saying?
information, bro.
Right.
Like it's so easy, and people feel. I feel like people think that if the information they share is gonna like ruin them or
Gonna take money out of their pockets type shit.
Nah, bro. You share information and it increases the value of the people around you,
Right.
and they're more likely to increase the value of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because they're gonna ask like, "Yo, where'd you hear that from?" Oh, Nick. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Let me check him out. Oh, damn, this guy has a real shit. He got some history in this shit. He knows what he's doing.
And you're
That's
gonna see the
respect level.
passion come out in it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna I don't have to force any of it. Like I can legitimately sit and talk about this shit for hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and why I did this, and why this product is this way, or why the sub cage looks that way, or why it's mounted that way. Like I could tell you why. You know what I'm saying? I spent 18 months destroying this shit and rebuilding it and putting it back on my bike and destroying it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I fucking love this shit.
Right.
Like, love it.
It's a passion.
Love of the game.
It's a passion. It's not trying to earn anything. It's fucking getting what you can out of it because you love it. And it's just going to keep coming to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any other questions for us?
Nah, I had another question, but I forgot what it was. If I remember, I'll ask you guys later.
Off camera.
Yeah, off camera.
Yeah.
Get some good answers.
Yeah, get the real answer.
Well, shit, fucking, yeah, man, appreciate you coming on and spitting some game and knowledge for us and fucking letting us know what you got in the works. Don't forget to check out Stunthouse, new upcoming Harley edition fucking brackets, 12 bars, and probably a bunch more other products in the near future.
We have some other stuff that we haven't even showed anybody yet that we're working on that is not even out yet. Like it's just we have a couple products that legitimately don't even exist that we haven't even showed anybody. You know
Excited, so man.
Hell yeah.
We're trying to bring some new shit and help the flow progress.
Right. Yeah,
thanks for having me, man.
Always, bro.
Yo,
always.
Definitely.
Shout out, Boom, the little guy behind the camera, my dog.
Fucking short stuff over here.
Yeah. Make Tommy look tall and shit.
Yeah. Whenever I want to feel tall, I stand next to Boom.
Anything else you want to spit out to the crowd that's watching? Any motivational words? Any shout outs to anybody else that's helped you along the way?
Yeah, actually, that's a dope opportunity, man. First, I will just say, ride your wave. Like, stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, ignore the bullshit. Shit talking is just that. It's shit talking.
Right.
Let it come in one ear and out the other. Like, don't take shit too seriously. Just ultimately maintain the end game goal of having fun, right? And however that happens for you, make that shit happen. Aside from that, I got to shout out like people like Cam, who've been showing me love since like the very beginning. Before I was even stunt riding, this dude was showing me love. People that have taught me, most of the straight up dudes, Veggie, Husk, Holiday, mostly.
Those are some pretty good riders to kind of
it's pretty lit
learn
to learn from.
Yeah.
I think that's probably partly where like my street style comes from. I spent a lot of time in the lot with Holiday. I spent a lot of time in the streets with Husk and Veggie.
Yeah, those are two really good street
hitters,
riders.
hitters.
You know what I'm saying? And then even Holiday is a great all around rider.
Holiday is sick. He's one of those dudes he's like Husk to me. Like he doesn't really miss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're never really gonna see him do anything that's like crazy. Well, you will, but it's not like he maintains control, and I think for me the smoothness takes away from the craziness, like from my perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Holiday and Husk have that smooth, don't miss flow where they just hit, and then you got Veggie who's just like wild and just
nuts.
move just
Nuts.
all over the
Yeah.
place and trying to just push every limit. And I think I kind of combined like those styles and tried to kind of make
your own sauce.
You know?
Yeah, and that's definitely that's big because I know like even for me like being from New York, you have one type of style, and when I was watching like everybody else from like STL, Cali, all that shit, and then like I kind of tried to like mix it all in, and me and my homies, that's what we did. We like kind of threw a little bit of everything, and then that's what kind of like gave us such like the wow factor in New York. Like like yo, these guys are jumping the spreader and stuff like that. Like we wanted to mix it up, but we still had that New York swag with it.
Maintain stay true, right? But
throw
your steez in
a
there,
little
like,
spice
drop
in
your
there.
sauce in
Yeah,
there, man. Like make it your own. Like with anything, you know what I'm saying? Like you buy a car, you're gonna change every little thing to make it your own.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Put your own twist on it. See what others are doing, and then think about what you can add to it.
No, agreed. Anybody else?
Man, shout out Bun King. Shout out Bun King. Protect your bike with Bun King.
When's your shop gonna officially open? You guys have a date yet set?
Oh yeah, our website will drop this upcoming week, either tomorrow or Tuesday, and then we'll have full sub cages, 12 bars. We have titanium for the early models and the late models. Our titanium is the same bolt pattern as Scrape City. Shout out Scrape City, so that you could use theirs on ours on theirs, vice versa. Everything will be available this week that we've already showcased. Brackets for the 99 to 08 road glides, some street glides. There will be 96 to 05 Dyna sub cages, 12 bars, step plates. A whole bunch of parts for the Dynas and the Harleys just to get you ready for Stunt. Will be dropping this week. Stunthouse. Check us out.
So I'll leave their website down in the description below. Easy peasy. Scroll down, click it, see all the variety they have. They don't just have parts; they also have merchandise as well. So make sure you cop a shirt, hat, whatever it is. Show support to the actual guys that are in the scene, doing for the scene, with the scene.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to add to it, not take from it.
Right, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you got to say, Boom?
No, I'm good.
Oh shit!
Shout out everybody for watching, man. We appreciate y'all.
Especially the end. That's heavy.
Thanks.
For sure. Well, yeah, fucking bless up. Y'all have a safe week, and make sure you check out Stunthouse. Show them some love.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.